that part would be. So I'm sorry, Beth Martin, and I'm sorry, Sarah Heineman. This is all on me. I just now hit record and we are an hour into really 40 minutes in after share time. So, but Beth Ray's taking great notes. We'll get you caught up. But basically, you don't get to weigh in because you're not here. Just kidding. We have already decided. No, excited for you to hear about it. I think you will be excited at what we're talking about and joining together to save time. So we'll get with you on notes. Okay, so everybody's a green light for Team Mega Party and all that. All right, then yay. So let's quickly talk about onboarding. What I'm thinking there, I wonder if we should do that, or what time is it? All right, let's stick with, so we don't go backwards. Let's stick with Team Mega Party and EOO, and let's hash out what each of us is currently doing, when you're doing your Team Mega Party and how often, and see what we can come to some semblance and an agreement on that. Because the Goldies, we've structured, it's the same every month. So I want to see
the way, especially if we can touch on like how we prepare for those events specifically as well.
Right. And I'm sure we each have our own way of doing that. So I want to start with dates, like nailing down when first, and then what, as far as the planning aspect of it, as far as how soon do you start with your teams? What do you provide them in the way of getting their people to the EO, to the Team Mega Party, and all that would need to be discussed too. But I do want to start with, are y'all doing like one a month?
I'll go. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was doing the Team Mega Party once a month. And in 2020, we hit it hard, and we did pretty much the version that is on the training website with all the breakdowns, all the posts and everything. And then we had,
was that a prize party?
We did two or three big prize parties. They were always prize parties, but there were a couple that were big that were just a lot of work, and then the rest were small.
So once a month, was it like the same week or day of a certain month, or was it random?
Yeah, it was usually the second or third, usually the third Thursday of the month, I believe.
That's when we did ours too, was the third Thursday.
That's when we do ours.
I mean, freakish. Yeah, that's currently when we're doing ours.
Okay, so Jay Murph, I'm going to go ahead and put you down. Team Mega Party, you were doing yours once a month on the third Thursday?
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. Miriam.
We are super inconsistent, and it was happening once a month, but it was kind of just whenever I was able to with my schedule. And then I just told the girls when I was doing it, because who knew if they were going to show up anyway.
Okay.
And we did, I did send out like the EOO steps, we try to keep that same thing that you guys are doing. So we did that pretty consistently last year. This year has been more inconsistent, especially the last 5 months.
Okay. So this is good because now it's not all on you.
Right.
Right. So are you good with then us nailing down, like say the third Thursday of every month and promoting that? You're comfortable with that? Okay.
Yes, I am.
All right, cool. All right, Candace, what about you?
I am also consistently inconsistent.
Okay.
So really what I was doing though is basing it off of the calendar. When they had the calendar up and I could see when they were doing the kit sales, I would run it by my girls. And if we did I was doing two, like I was doing a party and then an EOO, and then I talked to Beth Martin and we put it together. And so based off of when the calendar was saying there was a kit, that's when I would do it. Now, not having the kit deals like we were on that calendar, then it's gotten really inconsistent. So consistency would be great.
Okay. So
I would like to take
now that we have the
what I
calendar
said.
back.
We were doing the mega party on the third Thursday of every month, not an EOO. EOOs were done when we were having big kit sales.
No, I took it that way. Yeah. No,
Okay,
I got,
good, thank you.
yes, no, that's what we do too. So we have our EOO the first Thursday of every month and the Team Mega Party the third Thursday of every month. Because what corporate has done consistently every month this year is there is an EO kit sale the first weekend of every month.
Mhm.
So we know that we can count on that first Thursday either being right before the kit sale or during.
And now it's
Okay.
during.
Yeah. So
Knew
we
that.
look at it and then we and y'all are in the Goldies group. If you go with the cover photo, we always have our month of things. So every month they know and we beat it in their head. And we do tell them it's subject to change based on something if corporate changes up. But that's been our thing is they know the first and third Thursday is going to be a EOO, and then third Thursday is going to be the Team Mega Party. And if everybody's good with that, if that doesn't work, then and we mark those days off and we have a cycle of who's doing what, then all those other Thursdays are yours to either plug in your own people, obviously. And you get to treat that as that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited to be able to sit back and go, I'm getting my people there. You know what I mean? Because Shannon about to sign some people up for me. You know what I mean? Like, let's do the damn thing.
Ooh,
So,
and I get really like the amount of responsibility and accountability I feel knowing that I'm having to show up for you all. I mean, don't get me wrong, doing that for my team was important, but this is a whole new level. I just thought about that when you said that. I'm like, oh shit. Okay. I definitely need to make sure that I step up my game and I have all the ducks in order. And
that's
whew, I'm excited.
exciting.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
And that makes me poop my pants, like right there.
I was about to say the same thing. I was like, that like scares the crap out of me.
Oh, it's a lot.
Yeah, I feel
do y'all not
very
remember how y'all just showed up and kicked ass at that retreat? Do y'all not remember how fucking great each and every one of you were? Come on now.
It doesn't make it less nerve-wracking. I just
want to remind you that y'all are amazing.
We're all capable, but there's still pressure.
Totally.
So are we doing a party on the first Thursday and an EOO on the third Thursday? Is that what you said?
No. So EOO is first Thursday because he's usually offering a kit sale the first weekend of every month. Okay. And that one is, I think we may have changed it in August. We did because the first Thursday was national training. So we did it the second week, but we will leave it subject to change. But the goal is first Thursday EOO, second Thursday or third Thursday Mega Party.
And also our team party was just an online, just a live party. So there weren't no prizes there. I think we've done a giveaway that the presenter gives. So there's no asking any participant to give anything away. We never asked any participant to do anything other than invite people. Yeah. So it's just a party. There's no prize, you know.
And we can talk about that, but what I don't want to do is complicate it for everybody that to me, all the prizes overwhelm me. I'm gonna forget something but to offer an incentive or a prize or two, I'm okay as long as we just keep it simple, Sally, so that whoever's month it is can pick it up and go with it. And with the number of people
were doing like a
invited,
small prize for if they registered, because we had our people pre-register. So that was the only thing that we were really giving away.
Okay.
And I loved, for both of these events, the opportunity to gather information and create funnels for our team members is huge.
And kind of what I'm seeing at our November meeting is us splitting up into two groups and y'all each picking, but saying, all right, who wants to hash out Team Mega Party? Who wants to hash out EOO based on what you've been doing, bringing that to the table instead of to save some time and do work on it that way. Because I want to do it as quickly as we can, but I also want it to be really clear. So we're all going to be nervous enough, like nervous excitement when we step up to it. I don't want y'all to be I don't want any nervousness around, am I doing this right? This wasn't clear. I don't remember what, you know what I'm saying? I don't remember if
Mhm.
she said this or that. That I don't want for any of us. That's not fair. We can prevent that.
Oh, I like
And
it.
so, yeah.
To say, like, as far as my thoughts about my audience seeing people other than me is like a big thought included is like they get to see how people that aren't me make mistakes as well, which is really, really cool because that's one of my biggest recruiting nods, y'all. I make a
Mhm.
lot of mistakes and I don't really apologize for them. And you all are going to feel really a lot better after I do an event and I make all these mistakes in front of your audience because then you don't have to worry so much, right?
I make a lot of mistakes too, and I just tell them, look, if I can do this, you can too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a recruiting tool. Like let's be authentic. That works. It's working.
Yeah.
It's working for every
I think
person
our
here.
team we're pretty much what you see is what you get kind of people. So
Yeah.
in a good way,
Yeah.
So I'm thinking real quick, 8 now, because I'm getting excited. It'd be 8 of us
know.
times 2 is 16. So what is that? We'd each be doing maybe, oh wait, so
One
that's how
event
many
every 4
events
months.
though?
3 events a year.
So, okay, so each leader would be doing 3 events a year.
Oh my God. I just had 3/4 of an orgasm. Oh, Lord have mercy.
I just need to put that out there.
I just had that Braveheart scene where he's like, I just want my freedom. That part.
I know, right. So when it comes to onboarding, it's a little bit trickier. But what I'd like to see with us is finding a way to utilize even a new partner orientation and then something initial that we can take turns on. And then it's an hour long, like we do. So we have the EOO the first Thursday of the month. Then that Sunday right after, I do the new partner orientation. Okay. On the second week. So we have a week, something each week. And it's an hour orientation. It's simple, it's basic, with the end of it pushing them back to their sponsor upline director based on the way they're wanting to partner with Pure Romance, right? So whoever's doing the NPO at the end, I would say, I'd email each of you and say, okay, these are your ladies. This is the partnership they're looking at, because I'm going to tell them to get with you, but I also know that you can reach out and go, hey, how was the new partner orientation? Cindy was excited. Oh my, she's talking about me to my sponsor, whatever. And then, when can we set up a time to chat about giving you actionable steps for wherever it is, what type of business you're wanting to run. So having that front door training, basic, and then, I don't know, what are y'all's thoughts on that?
Is that an event that you would want to do yourself every month? Or is that an event that you want to throw into the rotational mix?
If I was going to do it, I don't think I want to do it every month, not if everybody else is getting 3 events.
Yeah. I
Right.
love doing new consultant. So
I
I'm
did. And
in
even
for
though
new
sure.
consultant training.
I do too.
Me
I
too.
do too. Like if I could do new consultant trainings only and for my 3 events of the year, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
But
I had that thought too. I prefer the EOO over the mega party at this point, which everybody might, but it doesn't have, I guess it is helpful for us all to have an even rotation, but can I just really quick?
That's even perfect because I prefer a mega party over an EOO or the onboarding. So see, this is gonna work out great. Good job, girls.
she's letting
My
me-
curiosity
Oh,
is very
wow.
pretty. And
It's really pretty. Does it do it any justice at all?
It doesn't do it any justice. I'm looking at it. God, it's gorgeous.
good. Well, sorry.
Go ahead, Candace.
Miriam and I are still doing meetings on the second Sunday of every month. So how often does this new partner orientation fall on that Sunday?
We
You know,
we can change that. Like if we wanted to do Monday night, like second
Rarely.
Monday night of every month. But here's the other thing. with the growth, ideally, it would be nice to have a new partner orientation twice a month, like the second and fourth week. Start that way. But what I'm saying is, if we get in the rhythm of this, we're bringing on people. We're more than likely going to need it more often. So Reese, as I guess it was a few weeks ago, Chris had the task force that I'm on. He had called, we had a Zoom, and he wanted to talk to us about onboarding. And so he asked each one of us consultants that's on that task force, he just went through, what are you currently doing onboarding? She'd say. So I was writing down notes of literally what are these other leaders doing, and for currently for onboarding. And it was Ashley Livermore, and it resonated with me. She said, we're doing 2 live a month, and then we have 1 pre-recorded for people that can't. So in other words, every other week, and then they have a recorded one. So I think some of them, I don't know what they say weekly. Heather Pillow's doing a 3-hour. Like, fuck that noise.
Yeah, we
Like,
I
nobody,
was looking into doing a new consultant training, and I was going to make it like our old school one, and it was going to be
No,
a
and I love
3-hour
our
once a
old-
month. But it's
I love her. old
nobody
school
wants
one.
to come to a 3-hour meeting.
No. And with the hybrid part, that's where give them an hour and then let them get that connection with their sponsor, which we could still time wise that out and you can do a group Zoom with the ladies that attended your the new partner orientation after. So
And
I
the
just think we-
sponsors would always be invited as well, right?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, for sure. They need to, I always tell our girls, come and see what your girls are getting. You
Definitely.
know what I mean? So you can back that message up.
Mhm.
And then we have them do a hashtag 24-hour challenge, and usually it's 80% of them doing it. So they within 24 hours of the new partner orientation, they post in the group 2 takeaways, a goal, and then actionable steps for that goal. And they write their takeaways from the new partner orientation. And I'm like, wow, she got that.
Right.
It's crazy to see what they're taking away. So
That's good.
that's I think that would be something we would probably need to get down the Team Mega Party and EOO, like get that, and then y'all see where y'all want to go. But above and beyond onboarding, I would love to collaborate with y'all if you'd like to about just an onboarding program in general on past a new partner orientation. What Chris was saying on that task force, because after talk with consultants is, we're all old dogs here. No offense when I say that, but we got in the business, and when we signed people, it was like everybody was doing parties. So it was one way we just started training, and we started telling them what to do next, right? And people like to be told what to do. 80% of the population, if not more, is used to being told what to do at a job. So they're out here floundering. And now we're like, it's gone to, you can do whatever you want. And so there is no direction. So it's finding this rhythm of it's celebrating the fact that they can have a hybrid business, but at the same time giving them direction and actionable steps that gives them the wins. So going back old school to the things that, like, one thing Heather Pillow said that I did like, is she still does a launch, an encore, and a bestie, whether it's an in-home or an online. That's something that works. So there are things that we can go back, pull from old school that still work, and one of them was, they're the most excited, they're the most moldable. Then that hasn't changed. They pretty much will do whatever we tell them to do.
If they're
catch
gonna,
them
yeah,
early,
they're gonna do that.
if they're gonna, and if they're showing up for a training or showing up for a connection call with you to start their business, they're saying, I wanna, because they don't all show up.
I wish you are right. You said the other night at our team meeting that if you hadn't come on board the last 60 days, excuse me, weird, you can't get in that Strong Start Facebook group. But I wonder what they're feeding them there.
I'm hoping I'm gonna see if I can get in there.
I bet you maybe could. Yeah.
I am in there.
I requested and they wouldn't let me in.
I'm pretty sure I am.
Same to you.
I just need to try. I haven't
How
tried.
dare they?
If not, I can ask Chris to just say, hey, since the task force is discussing onboarding, can I get in there and see what's going on?
Yeah, that I think I would love to see that.
Like-
Obviously, any messaging that can be directly aligned with what corporate's doing would be.
Well, saves the
Easy
site.
as
Plus,
that.
they're
How are
also-
they being invited? I'm sorry. How are they being
go ahead.
invited? Do we need to invite them? Do they get an email to join or?
They
An
should
email
mention
is
it
what I
probably.
read.
Yeah,
when I
and
I
we've
think they
got
get
it
an email.
And we promoted it in our group. And I'm gonna start promoting it every month on our meeting, but it's pinned as an announcement in our group. And then we talk about it at the meeting to remind them. And then we tag our new girls in there to start.
I
But
did that
they
as
may be
well,
getting
but
an
I
email.
just found out about it like 2 weeks ago. Period.
Corporate, I think, and I don't know if it's just this group, but one of the new girls on my team got a phone call from
Oh,
corporate.
yeah.
Her name was Samantha, welcoming her to Pure Romance to the family
Mhm.
and making sure that she knew about this Strong Start group that would lead her to and provide her with the info and the guidance she needed.
So
So
cool.
that's pretty phenomenal. So it's something that what I took
No,
from-
Chris,
from
yeah, he said he,
knowing that is like they're really pushing this group, so they're going to do it very well. So
I
he
lied.
said
I'm
on
not
that
in it.
task- Yeah, he said,
Okay,
he
good.
goes, I
was
got
being
I
real
got
jealous.
customer service and said, start calling everybody. He said, I start calling all the new people.
Man,
So whether or not
That's-
that keeps up, I don't know, but
Right.
it would probably be good to ask one of our new girls, did they get an email about it? Because I don't
yeah, I feel
remember.
confident that's happening.
Yeah. And then I
I
don't
mean,
know
how
if
do
y'all
I know
notice
about
there's
it? I think I got an email about it.
they're starting the every Tuesday night, they're doing a new partner training. Corporate is. So I want to know what they're doing there. And if that what they're doing there is what we want to plug them into.
Right.
However, I will say on the new partner orientation, getting that first initial with them and how we go into it, it does build that community and connection that gives them that sense of belonging with their local teams. There's something to be said for that and other women being on there. But
Where
I
is
text me.
that new partner training on Tuesday? Is it in that group that we're talking about, or is that on Zoom?
That's another Zoom, and that's also on the calendar. They
me-
just, I don't know, it's not been a handful of days that they brought
Yeah,
the
no, it's
calendar back.
I saw that they
we
put it
had our
back,
board
but I've
Zoom
not-
and then he had it up within 3 days when we told him what we wanted.
That's
I saw
another
they put it
one.
back, but I haven't had chance to like sit down and look at it. So
That's another Zoom link that I saw in the same email with the just like upcoming trainings, the overview, and the links for all of them too.
All right, you go to training.puremans.com. I went the hard way. Oh, training site, Faulkner, come on. Okay, so then they have the overview. So right here, new partner training.
And you can click
Excel
into that.
Elevate. No, you click down here. This is just an overview. And then you come
Oh,
down
yeah, yeah.
here and it breaks it out by day. So
Oh,
you can
my
click
God.
on Rise and Grind. Live Alive is the Live, Love, Win. Excel and Elevate is every Tuesday, so you can count on that. There's Rise and Grind. There's Tuesday Pure Business, and then there's new partner training. Partners in their first 6 months every Tuesday at 8:30. So then ours, influencer workshop, any and everything that we would click on from corporate, we can get now right there from the phone. So real easy for us, but also to send our girls straight to it. They can always know what's going on.
Smart
so-
that they didn't share the Physicians to Prestige Zoom link because I would have been on
Yeah.
every one of those bitches. So
I think
so
great that you're putting it all in one place, because I'm not gonna lie, giving part of the information on Rise and Grind and part of the information here and part of the information on the app, and I'm just like, oh, just
Yeah,
give
so-
it in one place.
it's all right. It's all right here. And there's an overview, and then each day is broken down with a click of a link, and you can download the calendar.
I like that.
So we want to capitalize on finding out what's going on at this Tuesday new partner training. As we're looking at working out onboarding and then seeing if I can get in that start strong, whatever shit that is. Okay. What time is it? 7:30. Okay. We have. All right, I do want to address number 7 on the survey. How would you like for the monthly leader meetings and or the support from our leader team to serve you better or differently in 2022? Y'all have some great insight. Thank you so much. And then some of you, I'm not sure at this moment. So any time if that changes and you want to add something in, please do. Please, at any time. It doesn't have to be right now, be any time of the year. So D, I would like to discuss ideas for monthly team meetings again. It's so nice to collaborate, see what others are doing. And that is great. And I believe that once we can get this going, we'll be able to do that, you know? Let's see. And then I'm really looking at D and G were the most insightful to me. I don't want to overlook anybody. I would like a less packed biz agenda and more time for idea sharing, socializing, encouragement, support, and bonding with focus on being a better version of myself and better leader. Would love to read a personal / business development book once a month as a group and share takeaways like a leader book club. I already have processes with my business and team and really just need once a month meeting with like-minded ladies to really just, and I promise you I didn't write that. Sounds like you guys. So I was like, I read that and I went, oh my God.
It was me. It was me.
I knew it was you. That's all right.
I love the book club idea.
So with taking D and G, I like both of them. I would like to get y'all's input or insight on how can we look at accomplishing both, because the fact that we are there together to be able to collaborate and network, because sometimes I may feel like my cup's empty and I am running on E with ideas, and somebody else may have. So I do like that. What I'm fearful of doing, I don't want to go all the way back to we have an agenda nailed down and ready to go. I would like for us to collaborate on ideas and then leave that to y'all to solid up. Does that make sense? Because I didn't think that was, it served its purpose at the time. I think we're beyond that. Does that make sense? So I think we find a hybrid. Yeah. Go ahead.
Saving time, Pure Romance, the agendas that they provide are such a great place to at least look at what they're doing so that we're staying in line with what they're doing.
Yeah. And sometimes it's great. Then sometimes it's like, I don't know who just did that, but they threw it up there last second. So
I have taken looks at them, and then sometimes we're like, what? No, let's do something else. But then other times we're both like, holy cow, like that was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what y'all were talking about. Was this before my time?
No,
you come into it as you're a leader, advanced director and above. It'd be under the leadership tab where they offer.
I've not done much exploring there. Okay.
Training agendas and stuff for the leaders as options. Mm-hmm.
There's articles out there to help with leadership as well. But if you use that agenda, they also have a PDF version of it or a slideshow. You can use a PowerPoint from it or whatever.
Wow. Cool. I'll check it out. Thank you.
So are y'all good? Would y'all like to collaborate again with it not having to be so, we have to have an agenda developed and all of that, but on topics and share ideas, like portion of the meeting for that?
Yeah.
Miriam? Thumbs up. Okay. And then did you want to say something else? Okay. All right, cool. I misread body language. And then G, what are y'all's thoughts on what J Murph said here?
I like that personally. I do feel sometimes like our agenda for the leader meeting is so jam-packed, like we don't have enough time to get it all done. And then there's not any time to say like, anything other than what we've said about ourselves in the very beginning. So no real catch up time. It's just like, here's your shit. Okay, see you, bye. You know what I mean? It's not like that, but that's kind of how I feel sometimes. So I like what J Murph had said there. And I need
Thank
to get
you,
back to
Candace.
reading. So.
Thank you.
I like the idea sharing aspect as well. Even if just like as an extension of brag time, like, and say one thing that's kind of new for you that's working or whatever. And I love the book club idea. I love that. I will read for other people if I've set an expectation when perhaps I won't make and prioritize the time for self. So I really like that, the accountability and the opportunity to discuss with intelligent women
Mm-hmm.
and a group of women. Because of course I have a couple people who, I mean, I talk to about books, but it's nice to always hear like a more rounded tables view. I don't know why I went dark, but
I like it.
Shannon, you good with that?
I like it. I do. I
Okay.
like it.
And I do like, I mean, whenever we have more time to share personal, I need y'all to understand, and I know I run a tight ship and keep a tight agenda. My favorite thing is hearing from y'all and where you're at in your growth. And that's for me is like, I could talk 3 hours about personal and professional development, and that would be the perfect day for me. So my work is in making sure, and that's where it's not my work, it's our work, it's in communicating like, here, what we want and need. Okay, yeah, a little bit more of this, a little bit less of this, because I want you to feel that your businesses are being supported, right? And that you're getting ideas from the group of like-minded women that we each have a lot of talents and giftings. And I want us to capitalize on that. And there will be times where based on what's going on, if we're planning a gala, if we've got things going on where we have less time for some of the other. So we just got to map it out. What am I doing? Third, that kind of thing. But I would really love to build in more of G, because we've not had that. We've had, I always want us weighing in at the beginning with how we're doing.
Sorry.
But to be able to take that to another level and really looking at how am I becoming a better version of myself first and foremost, and then as a leader. And I know each one of us on this Zoom are on that path. We want to grow and develop individually and professionally. So I think it's great timing for this.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's some trust too, that like some good foundational trust here that has not always been. I feel that I can only speak for myself, so it doesn't freak me out. Before I'd be like, "Fuck no, I'm not doing." You know what I mean? Like, depending on how if I don't feel emotionally safe with somebody, I'm like, "Peace out,"
I never read like self-help books or business building or any of that before Pure Romance, but there's in the last 2 days I've had 4 or 5 conversations and have used things that I've like from boundaries, from the law of growth, like all of that. And I'm doing it with people who I never would have thought I would have had this conversation with. It's really interesting. It's just really
wonderful.
Interesting.
That's what it's about too, because where it comes back up in conversation, it may be a team member, maybe a family member, can be anybody, but increases your capacity, the capabilities, the capacity for your level of impact and influence. And that for me, that's legacy. Like if I can keep increasing my capacity to give to y'all, to my family, to the people that are most important to me, then that means that there's a trickle down effect. And so in order for us to be accountable to each other in doing that, you're increasing your capacity to do that for the people that come into your life, professionally or professionally, and it trickles down. It's a gift that I give myself that can keep going. So
I just,
yeah.
when we just had the boundaries conversation with Foy and his friend, I literally said, clear is kind. And I think I threw in a couple of other quotes from either Brene Brown or John Maxwell. I can't remember,
Yep.
but
Yeah.
yeah, it's funny how that stuff just naturally you start living it and start say it.
Mhm.
Just
Well,
I
happens.
don't
all of a
even
sudden
know
it
where they
feels-
originate from. I just say Cindy Faulkner says, like I sound
Yeah,
like Forrest
well, that-
Gump. My mama says, or Water Boy or whatever. Like I'm like Cindy Faulkner says. I'm like people are gonna get so sick of me saying Cindy Faulkner says.
Yeah,
funny.
control the controllables. I say you're in charge. You can't
ridiculously in
be
charge.
in yes, that, or you can't be in control of everything, but you can be in charge.
Yeah.
It's
We're
interesting,
committed.
just before we got on this call, I was having a text conversation with one of the girls on my team, and it was a very similar situation, Cindy, to what you were saying, that you did this with a therapist. She's not there yet. With your mom and dad today, well, hers is with her husband. There's some issues there that they're working on, and I told her, I was like, sometimes being uncomfortable for that split second to start the conversation is enough to clear the air. So you're not assuming he's mad or you're mad or vice versa. And she was like, I haven't thought about that. The uncomfortableness goes away. And I was like, when you let it, that
Rip
was
the
like,
Band-Aid. Yeah.
yeah, I was like,
Good for you.
what is that? The 15 irrefutable laws of growth? Sit
It
in the
could be,
uncomfortableness.
the 15 invaluable laws of growth. Yeah,
Yeah,
the law
yeah.
of the rubber band. Law of
Yes.
the rubber band, tension versus turmoil. Yeah. Sitting
Yeah.
in tension versus living in turmoil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
right
that's
now-
it. Miriam's an example of that right now, right? I don't know if that resonates with you. I think of it as you going and getting this diagnosis instead of it just lingering, knowing it's there, probably I just need to hear it, versus sitting in the tension. It's not, like you said, 4 days ago, it was worse, but it's getting lighter because there's this, but people that, and I'm not saying you did anything wrong. It's just an example of, but when we ongoing into turmoil of something and we don't address it, then it's its own pain. It's its own weight. But yeah, no, that's great, Candace. That's the law of the rubber band, boo.
I'm just like, and I'm going, ooh, that's been a hot minute since I read that book.
Oh, it's a good book. It's so good. I'd love to read that one again because that'd be a great one to start with. God, it's a good book. It's in my top 3 favorites of his. It's so foundational to all his other books, foundational to just growth in general, whether it's personally or professionally. It's true about growth. True about growth. Okay. Any other thoughts, questions? It's 7:45. We have 15 minutes. Where I am, I'm honestly in this moment to delve too much deeper into anything. I don't know how much brain energy capacity I have for. However, we can go back and talk more about any of this. I can even pull up StreamYard and let y'all see a little bit of that. Or we can shoot the shit. We can pick book ideas. We can talk about November, whatever y'all want. Or if y'all want to hang up, we can hang up. Who is this, Cindy? Who is this
I know.
girl?
I was like 7:45 though. It's not 8:05. Why are we talking about this now?
I know. I'm like, ooh, this gives me time to go pee before I have to do my party online like this.
I basically wanted to get y'all's weigh in and as a green light to say, yes, we're in this. And then knowing in November, we're going to have to, dig in deep on that and get it done. But
So the November meeting, when is the November meeting? Because you just had the October one, right?
well, no, that's what I had to reschedule. That was
Okay.
one of my episodes. So I'll be
Okay.
honest. I was sick because that is sick. My brain was sick. That was
Yeah.
one of my episodes. And I don't apologize for that. That's just what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we were scheduled for tonight. And so that's why it's 2 hours. It's a Zoom, a touch base, because I wanted to that's what I was really excited about for that day. And then it just.
Oh yeah, no,
it went back.
the team meeting though, the team meeting
Oh,
for all
What-
team.
for all team.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Not
'Cause
leader
you guys-
meeting, but team meeting. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, because you guys have like a Goldies team meeting, right?
Yeah, everybody on here each does their own meeting.
Okay.
Is that
Got it.
okay? Yes. So
Yeah, that's-
Candace and Miriam team together.
Okay.
And do a meeting, and then Jay Murph has her meeting. Beth Martin and Sarah Hyman. So yeah,
I'd love to hear what
And-
y'all are doing. Because,
Oh.
you know, I've got my people all over and I haven't taken action on moving forward and doing an actual. I was doing Tuesday team talks and it kind of fizzled out and I just pressed pause on everything. So I am re-entering with so much more space because I'm excited about not having to do as much of the other things. So have you all found some good times and places to do your team meetings? Are you doing them in person or online? Both? Not at all?
My team is all over the place too, Shannon, and we're still doing ours online. Girls that I did have local that would come to an in-person meeting have kind of fizzled out. So I'm kind of where you said you just were. Our team Tuesdays, like basically it's the same 5 or 6 of us right now, whereas before we were getting like 10 or 12. So that's kind of like where we are right now. And I was
Okay.
actually sitting here like going, do I continue to do team meetings for just me and 4 other girls that are emerging leaders anyway? Or do I just say, yay, I get a new Sunday to myself?
Yeah.
Miriam and I are still doing ours. We're doing it online. We were doing it in her basement because she's got a kick-ass setup, but I'm having the same issue that J Murph is. My local girls are not actually showing up, and my girls who live out of state are the ones that are showing up. So online works better for us. Plus, with Miriam traveling with volleyball with Sirenny, it just is easier for her not to have to set up everything. So we're sticking to the same Sunday. We do tell them 2 to 4, but a lot of times we try to get it in like in an hour and a half, and that way they can get back to their stuff. But they're getting great information. We're getting better feedback doing a shorter meeting than we were doing the 3-hour meeting.
Same.
They like it way better. They're getting all the same information. We're just not adding any fluff.
Yeah. And you said you do it on Sunday as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We did put out, we sent out a survey to our girls, though. Our next meeting is supposed to be Sunday, and we're gonna go over the survey with them and see. We let them vote on times and even another day of the week to see. So they should all have those turned in by now. But my girls are slackers.
I think a lot of us have slackers right now.
Okay. Well, let's be careful how we put it in the universe, though.
Oh yeah. I think a lot of our people are in a space right now where they're trying to figure out where they
It
want
is a
to take
difficult
action.
time. It is a difficult
It's
time.
a challenging time.
It is very
With challenge,
challenging.
there is change. You don't change without a challenge.
You know, it's real talk when that New York accent comes out, ladies.
Mm.
Shannon,
Shannon, we're
ours
still
are,
go Beth. Yeah, go Beth.
yeah, ours are the
About-
second Tuesday of every month and have been. I think we put this full system in place with the EOs and the team parties, and I do not recall any pushback. I think that's worked really well for us. And of course, setting the expectation that it is then and it will be then. This is what's happening. We do 7 to 9. But yeah, I think that's worked. The Sundays weren't working very well for us, so we moved to a weeknight.
Mhm.
And
What
we now
night do you
have
do?
girls to the second Tuesday of every month. So the way
I
that
like it
our
better because I have my
the
Sunday.
way that our lineup follows, is the EOO is the first Thursday of the month. The new partner orientation is the following Sunday, and it has been following pretty regularly that the team meeting is the following Tuesday. So they sign
So
up
2
on
days
Thursday.
after. Mhm.
They sign up on Thursday, they orientation on Sunday, and they have the team meeting on Tuesday. So that's a great,
Hmm.
5-day turn to get those people who are new, fresh, and excited in
Yeah.
to the rhythm. And I personally really, really like that. I think it's effective.
I like
And
that
we
too.
started, and I didn't know if it would work, but it works. So
Yeah.
that we can get a hard start at 7 because we've got stuff. We just, everything is invited at 6:45. And from 6:45, the girls we just shoot the shit. Like the girls just get on, and if they want to talk about not wearing a bra, whatever they want to talk about, but in other words, we get on and it's our time to just gab. And then at 7 o'clock, we have a hard start. And so girls they're logging in at 6:45, 6:50, and they're just
Mhm.
talking and chatting. And then, so we go from 6:45 to 9. Mhm.
Okay. And are you going to put in in Twist the dates for all of our events that we're going to do?
Yes. So once we confirm that, we know that, Lila always creates us an image and a PDF of leader meeting dates. So we'll definitely go through and have all of that. I want to make sure we have it through the end of the year for now, so that if I don't have that right away from Lila. So what we'll have to do is confirm at our November meeting the dates for everything. Oh, excuse me. And then Lila can do that for us, with the knowledge that sometimes based on corporate events or whatever may be subject to change. But 8 times out of 10, it would be first and third for team EOO and team mega party. And then how we end up doing new partner orientation, we can maybe do on a Monday if it conflicts with some Sunday meetings, but we don't have to decide that right now.
Okay. Thanks.
Mhm. And then we also do, if it's something y'all, I know y'all do a Team Tuesday, but I'm just throwing it out there as an idea. If you wanted to not do something every week, like what we have something every week for our team, but we're not each in charge of it, which is where there's strength in numbers and I got this from Sarah Whitehead. The 4th week of the month is offered a team builder bash, and it is invite only, which it gives it some exclusivity, and it's for advanced partners and above. And then you have a guest speaker come in, like Janelle Putman last month, and talk to you about sponsoring and team building. And so these ladies get to go, it's invite only, and it's the last Monday of every month, because they're already getting something. They're getting team meeting, they're getting all these other things that if you're doing a Team Tuesday and a team meeting, all I'm saying is that's one way something different that can hit those girls that
Additional.
do want a little bit more. Yeah, and then
And
gives
aren't
it
the same
exclusive.
people.
And it's exclusive, gives some exclusivity. So if that
Yeah.
was something that y'all wanted to come in on together, that is something we could do together, is to just say this is a team-wide team builder bash.
Ooh, I like it.
I like
love that
that
idea.
because sometimes it's difficult when you have 3 or 4 of the girls that have been doing it for 9 months or longer, and then you have the one girl that just started yesterday, and it's just so difficult to share, or you're constantly having to stop and be like, they've been doing it longer, and so
Mhm.
that's been hard every week. Like, I think that's why I'm getting tired of my weekly, because I just feel like I don't really give anything to anybody, because I'm like going back and forth, like trying to explain to the new person.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not easy, because if we think about the minds, how many different mindsets you're pulled out of in a day, and now we're not even talking about your personal life, right?
Right.
So you've got Pure Romance by Miriam over here that you're managing on all the different facets, and you've got
Right.
your team, and I've got new people. What am I going to do for Team Tuesday this week? And then I've got the team meeting. And then a mega party. Where the hell am I going to do that? You know what I mean? Like it's too much. Good luck, Candace, with your parties. So
Bye, Candace.
this
Yep.
gives them some consistency of something to plug into every week, but makes it realistic for the leaders not presenting and not having to do it all. So
Right.
so Beth Ray and Ashley Howard take turns with Team Mega Party and EOO. I don't touch that. I'm in charge of new partner orientation, and then I line up the speaker for Team Builder Bash. So those are my commitments. I create those events. We're very clear. When Beth is doing Team Mega Party, she handles it, does the events. When Ashley, so it's not just, we're real clear on who does what, which makes it easier. I can keep my space in that new partner orientation. But if y'all want to marinate on that, the team,
Yes.
and we can take turns speaking, but then also we have the outside speakers, and
I really like the thought of that creating a bigger community as well, for our developing leaders to have
Yes.
the mental headspace to get to know some new and,
yes,
leader level, the emerging leader level people, because, I only have, like, my emerging leaders know each other, so
mhm.
they can only grow each other so much. So yeah, I really love the idea of sharing that too.
Yeah, I think it's good because some people are like, well, I've just seen the same people. But what's also cool is we tell them about it at our team meeting the second week about the Team Builder Bash. If they've just signed up people, I'm like, you can, get your person activated. You're going to get an invite at the end of the month. And was Amanda Wilson did that last month. She got her
right.
activated because she wanted an invite to the Team Builder Bash.
Mhm.
So, because that was a
You have to
training she
motivate
wasn't
her.
going to get otherwise. Yeah. So it shows you also really quickly who wants it,
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's something we can look at too for 2022. And it gives you
Yeah,
time to
so-
wrap your head around this and communicate to your team if y'all want to start promoting that differently, or just saying Team Tuesday's changing up. We're doing,
One per
I'm not
month.
telling y'all to stop to Team Tuesday. All I'm saying is if that's something you wanted to do less, or if you're getting tired with it, it's an option.
We just bumped ours down to twice a month because it is just my emerging leaders, and we use it more so for just connecting. And like
That's good.
we do give information. Like the beginning of the year, I was balls to the walls. We had a different speaker every Tuesday, and they loved that. But once I went through all the people that I knew,
It's hard to maintain. Yeah.
it was hard to maintain. Yeah. So I love that idea.
Yeah. Shannon, what do you think?
I love that idea too. I'm going to jump on that since I press pause on everything anyways. I've been letting them know that who Golden Girls are, and we've got some fun stuff coming up with them, and just letting them know that exciting things are coming. So I think they will be open to that, because most of my leadership group knew it wasn't going out it wasn't coming to fruition like we planned. And then also we had our retreat last month, and I brought them up to speed there, and they're obviously not in a good space to be implementing some of these events with me anyway. So that's something I can handle.
Yeah. And we would come and say, who's going to be in charge of creating whatever. But the thing is, once we get that place, it's going to be at the end of the day, it's going to be, my dad always says, many hands make light work, so let's all get in here and do it together for, getting stuff done around the house, that kind of thing. But it's true.
Yeah.
So we want to use our time wisely and our resources wisely.
I think that will be great.
And everybody
excited.
So
I'm just so excited that you're here to contribute and collaborate.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Same. I get excited just thinking about my girls, hearing from, Candace and Jessica and Miriam and everybody. I mean, we were bragging on Miriam at our retreat because Beth did the
oh, she was there with us.
the
I actually brought
training.
you back stickers, Miriam. I have some things for you. Yes, we
Aw.
talked a lot about you, and they loved you, and I imitated you a couple times. And keep in mind that mockery is the sincerest form of flattery, but my Miriam is getting really good.
Mine's
I wanna
pretty good
see
too.
it.
We'll have to
Let's
So I
see
just
it.
said a couple times, like, listen up, bitches. This is how it's done, and if you don't want to do it this way, you're wrong.
I've
My
never
favorite-
said that. I have literally
So-
never said that in my life.
No,
I
what
didn't
You
you
say
actually
things
say
said-
it
like
that,
that.
But I like your sass.
yeah.
What
the
you
sass- the
said,
sass.
what you said, Beth, was when you took too long And she said, okay, you took way longer than I thought you would. So I'm going to have to adjust accordingly or something like that. It was perfect.
So now I have to be the one that's very efficient. So here goes, bitches, listen up. Something like that.
That is true.
I'm curious about how the EOO, Cindy, do you have in mind a timeline, a projection for how this rolls out? I'm thinking selfishly about how many more events I'm doing before we unroll this. So
I think it's really going to come down to what we get done in November, that November meeting. Because what I don't want to do is, I mean, it's not like we couldn't go ahead and, I don't know. I just want it to be clear. Obviously, it's going to be fluid and dynamic and ongoing, and tweaks and changes will be made when we find what works and what doesn't work. I just want us to get as clear as we can about it in time to promote. But I mean, if everybody feels good about, I would say should be able to do December. Like, I think it would be a great way, a holiday EOO, which we have the EOO scheduled for Thursday, December 2nd, our EOO.
I like,
November
I really,
would be,
really, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
I really like the idea of like dividing and conquering and working out. So maybe we start or we use in our StreamYard thread and twist, like which, team party or EOO team people would like to be on collaboration wise.
Okay. You want to head that up?
Sure. I'd love to. Thank
Get
you so
that going.
much. Thank you so much for asking. Yeah.
Yeah. And then just, it's like, who is like, what'd you say, Miriam? You prefer the mega party, based on, and just put me wherever the shortage is.
Same.
Yeah. And I'm not sure about Beth, Martin, or Sarah. I'm not sure what Sarah would say.
I'll do any of them. I don't care.
Okay. But if you have a preference, say which, if you like, where you're more passionate is going to be real important. I want you to speak up about where you're more passionate.
I love new consultant training. I will do anything.
Okay. So when we get back to that new consultant training part, then yes, but for now, either one. Okay.
I love that too.
So I'll probably ask like where people want to be, and then if they would share their current system. Because I'm
yes,
also,
current.
I have big thoughts about the system to get people to the event. Because for me personally, like 45 minutes to do an EOO, never a problem. Give me the microphone. But it's the 7 days prior that stresses me out. So figuring out if we want to continue to do that individually or collaborate and do one system with that is kind of where, I guess that's probably the only question mark that I have left surrounding the StreamYard collab.
Yeah, I like being paired up with someone that's a okay, first we do this. When we did have our team mega parties, either Linda or Sheila would do the spreadsheet and the message board and all that stuff, and it was like, thank goodness, because we wouldn't have had anybody there to watch.
And so we just have to decide, like, we created a planning group for its consultant planning group, and in that group all we do is they have the EOO steps 1, 2, whatever, and the team mega party steps 1, 2, so it's independent. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we go in each month so many days before, and who's in our regular group, who's interested in team mega party, who's interested, they say yes. If they're already in the group, then they just go in and they follow the steps. But we repost each month. It's important. We don't just assume. But Beth, this is something that I laugh that she is extremely passionate about, and I love it because and I'm passionate about it too. Mine is, I want it to be the same every month because they want to be told what to do, right? They need the copy and paste. So the simplicity is key. And for some of us, like for me, that stresses me out until I see it in place. And then I just like, shit, thanks, Beth. and I, I'm
Mhm.
copying and pasting. So
Yeah,
Beth's
you're
got
welcome.
great,
You are welcome.
great things in mind there, but it is always good to hear from other people what y'all are doing. Because there may be just one little thing that you're doing that'd be like, oh shit, that'll work great right here. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
For
Okay.
the
Consider-
prep part.
Consider the thread started, and we'll get Shannon on board with how to read it.
Okay. And Twist just did an update of the app. I don't know if y'all noticed anyway, it seems like a lot of apps are updating right now and like doing a new look.
Well, you're not. Tom,
Okay.
squirrels are going ape shit out here, so I'm moving inward.
Hey, it's like a zoo and out in the backyard at night.
Literally,
You have a
literally.
skunk, fox, deer. All right, how y'all feel about this? Good? Hopeful, right? All right.
Yes.
Well, we'll just stay tuned in Twist. I'll get with Kim about the room for you. We'll decide yay or nay about Golden Giving, and we'll get the other conversation going. So that'll be good, because so that on November 1st, if you if you get Mega Party or EOO, then you can come prepared with any
Mhm.
information you have and just kind of go ahead and wrap your head around. So thanks for bringing that up, Beth.
Cool. That makes me happy. Thank you.
And thank y'all for doing the survey. That always saves us time. So thank you.
I know.
Right. Bye.
Well, thanks, y'all.
Love you guys.
Love your face.
Love yins. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Gonna end this.